things. We really have a need to know today. So that is why we're going to be doing tarot cards. So tonight what I'm going to do, you can call in. What's the call-in number?
It's 516-465-3990. And I'll get the number on the board in just a second.
Terrific. And I am going to watch the comments so that if anybody has any questions. So what we're going to do is going to do some live tarot readings today. I have my trusty tarot cards and a couple of other type of decks for clarifiers. And I'm going to go through the signs of the zodiac from Aries up to Capricorn and beyond. And we are going to pull cards for every sign of the zodiac. So because we only have an hour, I'm going to get started. But feel free to call in live and ask me any questions you want about tarot, or if you have a question. Could be a psychic question, could be astrology, could be healing, anything spiritual in the Zenkuda soul space. That's why we're here for. We're going to spend the next hour talking about all things good for the soul. So let's see. The first spread is going to be for Aries. And let's see what we have.
We actually got a call if you'd like.
Oh, okay. Let's take a call. I can read cards and talk.
Hello, you are on the air.
Hi, caller.
Hi.
How are you? Welcome to Zenkuda Soul Space. And your name is?
Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi.
What can we do for you tonight? Do you have a question or?
Anything about my husband?
Okay. Let me pull. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. All right. And we'll see where we're at with that. So I'm seeing a loss here, definitely. So I'm pulling only 3 cards, and these cards are representing for me past, present, and future. And so I do feel the loss. I feel like you are definitely looking for some answers. I feel like things happened in a very sudden way for you, and you're looking to get an answer from the universe about what that was about. And so presently, I feel like you're kind of staring out into the world. You're looking for answers. You're seeking. I also feel some disappointment. Maybe some people that you really went to for answers or help didn't really have the answers that you were looking for.
Nobody does.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, hon. So the third card that I'm seeing for you is definitely that this is a spiritual, almost an awakening, but I want to say a journey. And I feel, heavy energy around you, which, to me just means either loss or grief. And what I want to say to you is a lot of times when we are in loss or in grief, we lose someone that we love. What happens is our soul is grieving, our soul is hurting. But the reason it's doing that is to bring us to a different place. And we have to allow that. What the universe does not want us to do is stay in the grief. The universe wants us to reach past that and find the reason why this happened to bring us to a greater place. And I know that might sound a little cliche, but especially with your energy, I'm getting that you need to reach out more and be not so focused on the loss. I feel like you're focusing a lot on the loss instead of maybe helping other people through something that you could. So maybe joining some kind of a grieving group or helping other people that are in grief. And I'm
going to join in January.
Good, because I think that will really help you, because it'll get you out of the frame of reference and the mindset of the loss. And I think that's really something that'll really help you a lot. So I hope you do that, because I do see that in the future. That third card was the Moon card, which is emotion, but it's emotion turning around. So I wish you all the best, and I would definitely try to reach out and do something and help other people, because that's really where a lot of your healing is going to take place. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.
So this first reading is going to be for Aries. So I'm going to pick some cards for Aries. And this reading will be good for 30 days until the next full moon. Now, when full moons happen, it usually means that we're going to have beginnings and endings. There's a hump in my card cloth because it's the wire from my headset. So we're going to work around that. So Aries, I see you having a very active month. I see you in a lot of groups of people. Definitely be on the lookout for signs that have to do with the number 3. And 3 can mean partnership. It can mean community. But if you are thinking of doing something, joining a group or going to some kind of celebration, that's a yes. You definitely want to do that. It is the holidays, so it's a good time for that. But Aries, I also see that you are surrounded by a Libra. I see a female Libra, but for those of you out there who are female, it could also be a male Libra. And what I'm sensing is that this person is going through some kind of a transitional period where they're really changing the way they look upon life. I feel like they may be a little depressed even. So Aries, if you have a Libra around you who's a little bit depressed, I feel like you're going to do some things to get them out of their shell. So if you're looking at a Libra family member that you might see over the holiday, or a romantic partnership, because I feel this is an emotional connection, Aries out there, be on the lookout for that Libran. Could be male or female, depending on if you're male or female. But I think this is an opposite sex. So this is a partnership. Aries and Libra are opposites in the zodiac. So this could also be something where you don't see eye to eye, and this person is being very stubborn about it. The Libra person is being very stubborn. But definitely something where your energies are in opposition between Aries and Libra. I also feel, Aries, that you need to be a little bit more compassionate with the Libra, that in the past this person maybe has taken on your burdens and really been compassionate with you. So you may want to return the favor. And that's balance. I also see Libra, the balance, Aries, the balance between you and the Libra is really important this month. So something's going to happen around the holiday that this Libran person in your life, Aries, comes through and you start to see them in a different way. So if that's a romantic partnership and you're going through any kind of turmoil, just know that that's definitely going to work out for you. And then I'm going to choose a soul card to clarify that. And the soul card is this. And these cards, I love these soul cards because they don't have words or anything on them. They're very simply pictures. And I'm looking at this and I'm seeing conflict in this. It's someone holding out almost like a sharp object or a sword. And if you look at this card, it shows the conflict that I'm feeling between that Aries and Libran energy. But I also feel there's a lot of light in this card, especially around this area. So to me, that signifies that this will bring light to you in the end. You're going to go through a little bit of transition or conflict with this Aries. You're going to go through a little bit of conflict, Aries, with this Libran person. But I think in the end, it all works out. So you may have a little bit of an active Christmas time if you see this person during then. All right. Our next spread, our next card pull is going to be for Taurus. Let's see, Taurus. What's the full moon bringing in for you tonight? Taurus is a very fixed energy. So we'll see. How are you doing over there, Sally?
With my fixed energy.
Yes, Sally's a Taurus.
Yeah, I'm really good. Thanks.
That's cool. So I think we should have some pretty good watchers tonight because I promoted us. So we'll be here. So, okay, Taurus, what are we seeing for you in the cards tonight? Ah, Taurus, you've got someone coming in, actually. All right, Taurus, I see you leaving an emotional situation. I feel like there's somebody in your life that you were ambivalent or not undecided about leaving. You really didn't want to. It was very emotional to try and separate from this person, but you have decided to separate from them. And I think that's really good because I see someone else coming in. And the energy coming in for you, Taurus, is a fire sign. It could be a Leo or a Sagittarius. But Taurus, you've definitely got someone new coming in on the horizon. And I think this person comes in pretty quickly. I think that it's something that catches you by surprise. Maybe you're still kind of mourning the person that you've decided to move away from, and then all of a sudden this other person, this fire energy, comes in when you least expect it. So just know that that's going to happen. And also what I want to say for you, Taurus, is this is a really great holiday season for you. A lot of celebrations going on with family. Be careful of your words. Watch your words, because I feel, especially around Christmas Eve and Christmas, that when you do see loved ones you don't ordinarily see or family members, there may be an exchange of words that can be a little bit heated. So just know that. And as long as we have a little forewarning of that, we can kind of try to keep the emotion out of it. Be a little detached around family this year. And I also see, Taurus, that you're trying to still make a decision. That person that you really kind of moved away from may come back in. And you may have that energy and the energy of the new person at the same time, and you have too many choices to make. So just take that slow and know that you're definitely going to end up making the right choice. I feel like the energy of the person that you're leaving is someone that you are supposed to be away from. I think you need to take a break from that. The new energy coming in, when this person realizes that the first person comes back for a little while, I think they're very sad. I think they have a great deal of hope for a relationship with you. And as I said, that I think that's a fire sign, and I think it's someone that you probably meet on the internet or social media, maybe somebody who's been watching you for a while on Insta or Facebook or something, and then when they see that you've broken up with your current person, they come through. So that's your story for the next 30 days. We'll be interested in seeing how that turns out next month, huh? Taurus has got some heavy stuff going on in the romance department.
Woohoo!
And I'm going to pull a soul card for Taurus and see what happens there. And please chime in, anybody, if you have any questions or if you want to call in. The number is... What's our call-in number, Sally?
It is, and it's on the screen. It's 516-465-3900.
Oh, cool.
3990.
And this is Taurus's card. It's true, absolutely everything that I said, because if you look at this card, it is somebody with two other people, and it could go either way. You can look at this card and see it this way or this way. So this card to me is absolutely being caught in between two people. And that's really the story for Taurus this month. So Taurus, you're very popular. That's the good news. Bad news is you might have to make some tough decisions.
It's not that tough.
It's not that tough. Just follow your heart. And the cute one. Always go with the cute person, right? Okay, where am I on here? I don't know where I am. All right, so the next sign that we're going to pull is for Gemini. And Gemini, you have the full moon in your sign tonight. So you might be feeling kind of spicy. And I'm back. I dropped a card. So Geminis love to know a little about a lot. And when they have a full moon in their sign, that gets amplified. So Geminis really have a need to know. They want to know all kinds of stuff. So if any of you are Gemini or have had Gemini energy around you today, you probably were very busy. Very, very busy. It's cold in the studio. My hands are cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's chilly.
Sally, how many viewers do I have to get heat? Just kidding. Okay, so my Gemini friends out there. Wow, the first card that came up was the relationship card. We're all about romance tonight, probably the full moon. But Geminis, I'm seeing a relationship, really happy family kind of relationship for you. This looks to me like partnership. Look at this beautiful card. You've got all these rainbows around you and the partnership and everything. Very, very cool. Very cool energy. So Geminis, I'm going to tell you, I know your minds are very busy, but stay off the computer for a day or so. I think you should stay off the internet. I think there's messages on there that you probably don't want to read. I don't know if you've been having some snarky comments or some things going on with people on the internet, but I would say, Gemini, take a break from the communication because it's too heavy in your sign right now. It's like the energy is too powerful, too chaotic, and you need to take a break. Take a couple of days off the internet, Gemini, and then go back on, like maybe, late tomorrow, Saturday, and then you will see something on there. If you're looking for a job or something like that, you might have a job offer. But stay off the internet and the communication for a day because it's very chaotic for you. So, Gemini, I see this happy family relationship around you, marriage, children, all this coming in. And then I see a card of interference in that. So that might be the person that I said might be a little snarky on the internet or something. You have this beautiful relationship, and for some reason you're allowing someone to interfere. That could be, the typical classic mother-in-law or an ex-lover or an ex-wife or ex-husband or something. Could be a child, stepchild, something like that. But I'm feeling like there's a lot of interference in this romance, and this beautiful romance is beautiful and really the relationship you're supposed to be in. So just take that with you and know that this interference has the ability to wreck that really good relationship. So you may want to take a couple of steps back to really evaluate how you want to proceed with that. Because I feel like the relationship is really good, and then this interference can really cause some broken hearts. And I feel like this relationship is a soulmate relationship, the one that's the romance. So I would try and stick with that and work out anything that's going on around it. Definitely a lot of communication happening. I don't know if that's a war of words or a text war or whatever, but tremendous amount of communication. And the universe wants you to kind of disengage and find your heart space. And I know that's very hard for Geminis because they're always in their head. But try and find the heart space to make the decision about all of this, because you really don't want to make a wrong decision, because that relationship that you're in, that romantic partnership, is really a good one for you. So try and be diplomatic and work it all out. And I feel like if you can navigate this situation really not aggressively, but with compassion and love, I feel like there's a new beginning for you in a lot of the relationships in your life. And this will really come out in the new year. So, try and be a little bit healthy, detached during the holidays. You want to maybe go off with this romantic partnership and spend some time alone with them, not be having them around so much family or whatever that interference energy is. Okay? And if anybody has any questions, they can just comment or call in. So now I'm going to qualify this reading, which with tarot I often do, using the soul cards. And what I mean by clarifying the reading is confirming what I've read on the reading. And so, I'm reading that there's interference in a relationship, that you have to remain steady and find your heart to really be sincere. And now this card comes up, and if you look at it, this beautiful card shows someone with all of the energy coming in from their heart space. And if you look at this card on camera, it's this beautiful heart space just coming out and the hands opening, so showing compassion. So be compassionate with yourself a little bit too, Gemini. That can't hurt in this situation, because I feel like you're really trying to make a decision about this beautiful love relationship. And we've got this interference that comes in and can really be a heartbreaker. So choose wisely. Choose definitely wisely here, Mr. or Mrs. Gemini. All right. Next spread is going to be for Cancer. Okay. Cancer. You are having a lot of things happen in opposition to you, because we've got a stellium, which means 3 or more planets in Capricorn, which is the opposite of Cancer. And there is just so much stuff going on in Capricorn. We talked about that last week. January 5th, I'm going to be at Mooney's Coffee House in Lindenhurst. And I'm going to be doing a whole workshop about the astrology of 2020. So if you want to come down to Mooney's on Sunday, January 5th, and spend an afternoon,
What town is that
would be great. In Lindenhurst, Mooney's
nice.
Coffee Shop. They're right on Wellwood Avenue.
Cool.
All right, so let's see. Our next sign is Cancer. What have we got for you, sweet Cancer? I feel like there's a new beginning that wants to come in, and you aren't paying attention. You are telling yourself that it's not happening, and it is. You're casting a blind eye towards it. Yeah, this is definitely a new beginning. And you're walking away from it. Cancer, you're like the opposite of the Gemini. Cancer, I feel like there's a new beginning that wants to come in for you. It could be career, it could be romance, but it definitely wants to come in. And you are just looking away. You're not paying attention to this beautiful opportunity for you. So if you have something or somebody in your life that's been knocking on the door, I would get up and answer it, because this could be really great stuff. It's a new beginning for you in a lot of ways. This is something that makes you super happy. And I feel like you're isolating. You're not going out into the world. You're in your little Cancer crabby shell. And you need to come out of your Cancer crabby shell, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on out there. And this card always is very significant for me with Cancer energy, because if you look at this card, it looks like she's bound and trapped, but there's nothing in her way. She just can't see that. She can walk forward at any time. And this is a card of self-imprisonment. And a lot of times that's what Cancer energy does on the negative side, because they go in that shell and they miss out on a lot of things in life when they really could be participating. And Cancers, you got to look up and smile, because there's a lot of stuff waiting to come in for you, and you're denying yourself the opportunity to do it. Yeah, this is action. Things want to happen in the universe, and you're like, hey, look, you're just walking away. This is stuff that can happen, wants to happen. And if you look at this card, you're just walking away from it. You're just like really, really walking away. Putting your head down saying, no, I don't want any part of this. And this could be a really good thing for you. So Cancers, you got to really pay attention to what's going on in your life and engage with it and let it enter. Okay? All right. I'm going to clarify that reading for Cancers. This is the card. Yeah, look at this. Still looks like you're just walking away. You're looking down. Cancers, look up and smile. I remember years ago I was going through a really depressing time, and my best girlfriend in the world, Margaret, if you're watching, hey, she said to me, just look up and smile. And I'll never forget, because I was walking down the street. I had to go to the bank, and I left my office, and I'm walking down the crowded street in the middle of the day. And I started to just look up and smile. And all of a sudden, all these people were noticing me. And they're like, hey, how you doing? Hey, hi, hey. And I was like, wow, all I did was look up and smile. So Cancers, you got to look up. You got to get out there and start participating in life. Come out of your Cancer shell. Okay. So our next reading is for Leo. Oh, you fiery Leos. I have had many romances with Leos. None of them have worked out well. They're very passionate people, very romantic, but they're the king of the jungle, and I hate to tell you, but sometimes I want to be the king of the jungle. So
What's like a good sign for Leo to match up with?
Well, actually, I'm a Libra, and usually Libras are good signs for them. I think it depends on the Leo, but I think Libras are good for them. Air signs are usually good for Leos. So
I was thinking maybe Pisces because they're so docile.
yeah, I think that the Leo
They don't
would
care if they're in the spotlight.
I just think Leos probably wouldn't respect a Pisces, because Leo loves an audience, but they want an audience that really worships them. And I think Pisces might be a little too detached. So that's why they like Libras, because Libras are always balanced. Sagittarius is an absolutely fabulous energy for Leos because they both love the party. They'll share the spotlight and be the life of the party. So Leo, Libra card came up for you, actually. So I feel like Leo, somebody from your past is coming back in, and I think it's a Libra. Leo's out there. It's not me. So yeah, you've got something going on. Actually, I think this is to do with your career. So Leos, I think something is being repetitive in the career sector of your charts and of your life. And I feel like this has happened before to you because definitely there's coins all over this. I have pentacles, which are the coins in the tarot, all over this reading. So that is your money, your finances. Something's happening with work for Leos, a new career path maybe, because I feel like you're not asserting yourself enough, which is very unusual for Leos, but I have the Strength card upside down here. So when that happens, I know that you're just not being as assertive as you should be. I feel like this is a repetitive situation. There's something that has happened before that is coming back in to do with money or finances or your career or your job, and that you don't want to go through the same thing that you did last time. But if that does happen, there's a different outcome. And I'm seeing that because I feel, here's the abundance. So justice. So just know that the justice card came out. So whatever, this could be a lawsuit as well. Whatever, what do you call it when you have a disability hearing or something with work, like a lawsuit where you were hurt or something like that, and you're looking for money and it's been going on a while. Something in the financial sector for you is repeating, but you have a different outcome this time, and the outcome is really good. So don't be afraid to be more assertive, show up when you're supposed to show up and really work on, if you have to tell your story or if you have to confront someone in a calm way, do that, because once you tell your side of things, things change. I feel like the last time you didn't tell your side. So that's for Leos. I'm going to just pull a soul card to clarify that. So Leos, I would never think I'd have to tell Leo this, but these cards are showing me that you need to speak up somewhere that you didn't before. And it has to do with money. So yeah, get out of your head, Leo, and which is unusual for Leos because usually they're not so much in their head. But in this instance, you're overthinking this, whatever this has to do with your money, your finances, your job, you're overthinking it. The repetitive situation that comes up again does have a different outcome.
Can I ask a question as you being an astrologist and also, you're out in the world, must be difficult to separate what you've learned. Because, isn't it difficult to, not love a certain sign more and be irritated by a certain sign because people have gotten in your way in your head? I just wonder how, because I know what you're saying. You are
not
balanced.
To be prejudicial towards the sign.
Yeah, and I wonder how, is that just something that you are just really good at, or how do you separate?
No, what it is from studying energy, I look at polarization or opposites as the same energy. To me, I don't label it good or bad. It's just energy. So there's a high octave and a low octave of everything. So what I always like to say, for instance, with the sign of Leo, maybe I didn't have great experiences with a couple of Leos because they were unevolved Leos. So I always say the higher octane of a sign is the evolved sign and then the unevolved. And each sign will have its challenges, an unevolved Gemini oftentimes will have a hard time with loyalty, with faithfulness, because they're just distracted all the time. But an evolved Gemini knows that about themselves and compensates in some way.
Okay.
So that's why I never judge the sign. It's where somebody is in their journey.
Yeah.
Really.
So if their journey is, coming along, they'll realize that they have to manage some things about themselves.
Correct. And that's
Okay.
what comes out when I do private readings is I will look at the chart and say, okay, these are your challenges in your life. So now let's go to the energy that will help you develop those challenges into attributes. And that's the purpose of astrology. So a lot of times, depending on your sign, you may want to go into the opposite sign to see what their attribute is, because then that could make your challenges positive. And that's why we're attracted to opposites, because they have what we need.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the signs of air, fire, and earth and water. If you have a lot of water in your sign, you're going to be attracted to fire. You're going to be attracted to air because you might feel like you're drowning,
I found that part. That's the part of astrology that I haven't read up on enough. And so I find that really interesting that like someone will look at a chart and be like, you don't have any water, they need water.
Right.
Or, whatever it is.
Right.
Like I have one fire sign, and if anyone looks at my chart, they're like, oh, well, thank goodness you have this one fire sign.
Because you're a lot of earth probably.
Yeah. And so.
And also knowing how to use those elements, because sometimes if you have a lot of fire in your chart and a little bit of earth, what will happen is, what does fire do to earth? It scorches it. So it'll burn out your earth. So it's really interesting. One night we'll do all about the elements if you guys want. So this is for Virgo. And Virgo, I feel like you've been struggling a little bit. You're not sleeping for some reason, my little Virgos out there. I feel like you're losing sleep and you're worried about a lot of things. You're also trying to make a lot of decisions. There's a lot of activity going on. That's probably why you're not sleeping. I would say my Virgos need to bring their energy down and ground in the earth sign they are. And anybody out there who's a Virgo, maybe, look up some meditations online or something, because I feel like you need to kind of get out of your head a little bit and try to sleep. Virgos, again, there's a new beginning that wants to come in. And I think a lot of us have that energy right now because of the new decades that's coming up. So it's really good if we could just relax into the flow of the universe and allow those new things to come in, because we're blocking a lot of it. So Virgos, I feel like you're losing sleep. You have a lot of decisions to make. You're trying to find the balance in your life. And I feel like you're trying too hard. So I would take a step back from the energy. And maybe even if you can, get on a little getaway. I know that's hard to do during the holiday season. But see if you can, maybe go somewhere for a few days or even a weekend, even if it's a family member. You need a break, Virgo. There's a lot of things going on in your life. The new year will bring in some calm energy for you and a new beginning, but you have to allow it. You're just too in the worry. So try to do that. Card for Virgo. I'm sorry, I'm going to shuffle these. Is...
And what does a soul card mean? Is that what you're calling it? The last card that you dropped?
Yeah, these soul cards are actually called soul cards, if anybody can see them on camera. These are actually by someone called Deborah Koff Chapin. And I actually bought these in a local metaphysical shop. And I love these cards because they bring out my intuition when I look at the photo and there's no words to distract me. So this beautiful soul card for Virgo for the reading tonight is this beautiful picture. And yeah, look, this is like a flower that wants to bloom. So this and also the Ace of Cups is new beginnings. So this is really something blooming in your life. Virgo, something new really wants to come in. I feel like it'll come in before the next new full moon cycle in January. But you're so worried about it. So just stop worrying and let it come, because the universe really wants to give you a nice little reward. All right? Our next sign is Libra. And I know I have a lot of Libras who watch, because we actually call them the Libra Club.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, for some reason we have like about 6 or 7 Libra people that watch, if not more. So Libras, this is for you. Let's see what you've been doing lately. And this reading will be for the full moon tonight, lasting 30 days, 28 to 30 days. This reading will be for you, Libra. So, Libras, you have some Capricorn energy around you. For my Libra ladies out there, you've got a Capricorn energy that wants to come in that's male. And for my Libra men, there's a Libra woman coming in. So just know that's your romance department. I'm going to go with the Libra ladies first. The Capricorn male that's coming in for you may be a repeat love, and someone who's really good in business, which Capricorns usually are. This is somebody who money is not an issue for them, and they have a son who's just like them. So that will narrow it down to who it is for you. This person comes in, and I think you have a really good time over the holidays. I feel like this is a repeat relationship, and you rekindle an old romance, and I think it's good. For my Libra males out there, a Libra woman comes in for you. And I feel like she's someone who's carrying a lot of burdens that aren't hers. Her family, that this is also a repeat relationship. And last time around, the Libra woman with this Libra male had a lot of issues with her family. And that's actually what broke you guys up. She was too much into her family or children or something. And now you have another go around and things are a little bit more balanced. But you have to realize that Libras and this Libra males, this Libra woman is definitely very similar to you, but demonstrates it in a different way. So you have to realize that the balance that you're looking for is not from each other. It's within yourselves. And that goes also for my Libran women who have the Capricorn counterpart coming in. Don't look for the balance and completion in the other. Look for it in yourselves. That's what this next 30 days is going to be about.
And they could find someone at their own club.
Yes, their own Libra club.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. So Ms. Libra, there's a Mr. Libra somewhere. Or Mr. Libra, there's a Ms. Libra. So here is your soul card, my Libras. And look at this. It's beautiful music with an angel. So maybe you run into each other, this rekindled romance, when you're out and about listening to some music, or maybe even at some kind of a holiday gathering. So that's definitely confirmation for me that you guys are rekindling some romances. Next energy is for Scorpio. And my beautiful Scorpios, very passionate people Scorpios are. So let's see if the holidays are going to bring you passion in the next 30 days. Okay, Scorpio, picked up 2 cards. Luck is on your side, Scorpions. I feel like you've removed yourself from someone who was like a thief in the night for you. And your heartbreaks are over, all in the past. Don't even let the relationship that broke up recently even get to you, because there is so much luck and new beginnings coming in for you in the next 30 days. Just be careful you don't bite off more than you can chew. But your chariot is moving forward. I feel like there was someone you had your eye on when you were in your previous relationship, and now that becomes a relationship, which is typical of Scorpios, I hate to say.
Really? Why?
They always have an overlap. Scorpios are very passionate.
Really?
But they have a tendency not always to end something before they begin another.
I see. I always thought they were so, loyal.
They can be. Scorpios are very focused. When they're with you, they're so focused on you. So Scorpios, this energy that comes in as somebody you've been watching for a while, be careful that you don't get manipulated by them. Scorpios very rarely get manipulated, but in this case, this person has the power to do that. You've been looking at this person and watching this person a long time, Scorpio, and when they finally do ignite the fire and engage with you, this is going to be a lot more than you even expected. So this is a great relationship coming in for you. And so don't even worry about the relationship you just left, because you were probably meant to do that. I feel like the relationship coming in, the one that you've been watching for a while, is super karmic. And this is like the real romance you've been waiting for. And look at this, beautiful fire. This is like the sun on fire, if you look at this. And this is just how passionate this relationship is. I'm wondering if this person you've been watching is either another Scorpio or a Sagittarius or a Leo fire sign. I feel like they're a Leo. So Scorpios, if you've had your eye on a Leo, it's going to really happen this month. All right. Our next reading is for Sagittarians, my little Saggy friends. I love Saggies. They're always so upbeat and positive. And the thing about Sagittarians is they love the truth, man. They're going to find the truth. They're like the best detectives ever. So Saggies, what's happening for you in the next 30 days? Okay. Do we have any questions online, Sally?
Nope.
Where are you all? Okay. So, my Saggies, these are like the same, almost the same
I
reading.
find Sagittarians, because I love them too, and I find that they do love the truth, but they also, you have to just say it in such a soft way because they get so flustered.
And the funny thing about that is most Saggies are not soft about it at all. They are blurters. They blurt out everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't like it when it's done to them. So, Saggies, you've got a lot of luck on your side. But what I want to say is we were just talking about Saggies and the truth, and you have to really go deep for your own truth. There's something that you are not seeing. There's something that you are really kind of telling yourself a story about that's not true. So Sagittarians, really dig deep, because I feel like it's almost like you're somewhere you're not supposed to be and you kind of know it, but you keep denying it. And I feel like there's things that want to come to you in life, but you're telling yourself you're not capable of doing it, whether that's, something you want to accomplish, or you're in a relationship I feel like you're in a relationship, like something, even if it's a familial relationship, it's holding you back, and there's something you want to do, and you're telling yourself you can't do it, but you can, because I have this magician card coming in. And if you look over the magician's head, it's the infinity symbol. And the infinity symbol means you can accomplish anything in your life. So get out there and start being honest with yourself, dig deep, and find your power. All right? So Sagittarians, here's your confirmation on your soul card. And look at this. Looks like somebody in a cave that is looking outside the cave but afraid to actually go out into the world. So Saggies, you need to come out of the cave and go out in the world. You heard it here first. And the next sign is going to be Capricorn. Cappies, you have so much energy in your sign right now. You've got like 5 signs and the South Node in your sign. And if your life isn't changing and things happening in your life that are just unbelievably different and new and moving at a fast rate, then you're probably not a Capricorn, because that is the Capricorn energy right now. So Capricorns, we've got, the Capricorn card came up, and this is also a card of addiction. So Capricorns, you may be addicted to somebody or something. You can't shake it. There's all kinds of addictions in life. It doesn't have to be alcohol and drugs. It could be a person. It could be a habit. It could be sports. It could be whatever. So Capricorn, you have all this energy in your sign, and it's asking you to let go of something. It's asking you to stop doing things the way you were doing them, drop your conditioning, and look at things in a whole new way. That's what I'm getting out of this card. If you can do that, Capricorns, I have a water sign female who's actually coming in for you. That could be a Cancer energy. It could also be a Scorpio or a Pisces. I feel like it's a Cancer. And you may be addicted to this person. This may be the energy that you keep thinking about, and it's just coming through, and you're not being honest about it.
We have a phone call.
Oh, okay. We can bring them in. And so Capricorns, what I'm going to say is be really honest and make some changes. Let the universe lead you to those changes. And if your life is...
Hello.
Hi.
Sally, how you doing?
This is John. John knows Sally now and everything.
Hey, John.
I know everybody. Hey,
John,
Georgia.
the Capricorn?
Hey, John, we just did your Capricorn reading. Yeah, he's a Capricorn. See, Sally even knows
I have a
you.
good memory.
And we just did your reading. I think you're addicted to a Cancer.
I'm
a person.
Oh, my God.
That's what it's coming out as.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm watching you on the governors.
Yeah.
And it just said you're doing Capricorn now. So I guess when you watch it, it's a little behind.
Yeah, there's always a delay whenever you do a podcast. So look
I'm
at this.
gonna have to
look at your
have to watch it over.
Yeah, watch it over. But this is your confirmation card, and I'll give you the short version.
Okay.
The cards came out that you're not being honest with yourself about something, that you're almost addicted to an energy. There's something that you need to dig deep and really be honest about. And I did have a female water sign coming in. And then this was the confirmation card, which to me means go into your heart space. There's a reason why you can't let go of this particular energy, but it may not be truthful. So just look at that, okay? Thank you for tuning in. I love you because you're always my number one fan.
Georgia. I'm always watching. We'll get together one of these days.
Yep. Thanks,
okay?
John.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye. Our next reading is Aquarius. And Aquarians, you are a water sign. Well, not really. People think Aquarius is a water sign. It's actually an air sign. But Aquarians usually have a lot of water.
That really throws me.
Yeah, because they're the water bearer. They aren't really the water. They bring the water, which is the air.
Yeah.
So Aquarians, you also have a water sign female coming in. Be very careful because this person can be very manipulative for you. And Aquarians are not easily manipulated, but they can be. So make sure that when you... whoever this water sign female is, it could be mom, it could be sister, but be careful around the holidays because I feel like they're going to try and manipulate you into doing something that you really don't want to do. Maybe spending too much money on a present or something like that. But just be careful because my little Aquarians out there, there is a water sign female ready to manipulate you. So whatever that is, mom, sis, whoever. You've been doing really well lately, Aquarians. I feel like you've been really doing a lot of spiritual work on yourself, and you're getting really, really strong. I also feel like you have some abundance coming in with money, so don't spend it in the wrong place. Maybe you get some money in this feminine energy kind of manipulates you into spending it where you really don't want to. And this is your confirmation card. Flew out of the deck, so we know it's this one. Yeah, you've got a lot of growth. You've been doing a lot of growth lately. If you look at this card, Aquarians, it's someone who's actually becoming like the tree of life, and just sprouting all of these beautiful branches. And that's the energy I get from the Aquarians out there. You've either been reading a lot of spiritual things or going to a lot of spiritual community, because I feel like you're definitely growing by leaps and bounds. Maybe this water sign energy comes in to manipulate you, and now for the first time you stand up for yourself. So that's the next 30 days of energy for Aquarians. And our final sign is Pisces. And then if anybody has any questions or wants to call in, you can do that. The number is on the bottom of the screen. And so our final sign is Pisces. And Pisces is also a very higher octave sign. Usually it's people who are very spiritual. A lot of psychics are Pisces or have Pisces energy in their chart.
What do you mean by high octane?
High octave, the octave of the energy. Like if you think of
octave.
octaves, like la la la, the higher the resonance.
I thought you meant energized, so I was like really confused.
Like fuel, it's their fuel, baby. They're unleaded. Yeah, Pisces are unleaded. So Pisces, what I'm getting for you is that you there's a situation going on in your life that you're completely sacrificing yourself about. You need to stand up and be really strong. Grow your balls. That's for male or female.
And what does that mean?
I feel like someone is manipulating Pisces, or they're manipulating themselves to give more than they should be. They're sacrificing themselves in their own life, or loving someone to their own detriment. So it's actually like almost when you love too much and you give up things that you shouldn't give up. That's how I feel about this energy. So if that's happening, Pisces, pull back. You need to take quiet time alone to really decide if the actions that you're taking are really beneficial to you, or if you're depriving yourself. You're giving way too much to whatever major relationship is in your life. You need to look at that. I feel like that relationship might be somebody who's an earth sign or a Capricorn, and they're very demanding. So don't give in, Pisces. Don't give in. All right. I got Sally laughing over here. She's not a Pisces, so I don't know. But,
no, because my son is a Pisces, and I try so hard not to like boss him around, because he's so sweet.
There you go.
And he's so nice. And I often...
Cards don't lie.
Yeah, so I often don't want to manipulate him, but he seems to need help. And then I'm like...
But you're a Taurus.
I'm
you're
an
the
enabler.
bull. You want to push him around. You got your red flag
I know,
out.
and I don't want to, because he's just perfect already. So I just try to be there. But at the same time, I like when you said that, it made me giggle, because I'm like, I'm probably not as good as I think I am.
So this is the confirmation. Yeah, we never are, right? This is the confirmation card. See, Pisces, you got to wake up. You got to come out of your little ball of, wanting to go back in the womb and fight back here, because this person's walking all over you. I'm sorry. I tell it like it is. So my little Pisces friends, buy some boxing gloves and take charge. Okay. So that was our signs through the zodiac. Anybody have any questions out there or comments? I'm going to be at Mooney's Coffee House on January 5th. It's a Sunday. You can come down for a couple of hours, and we're going to be talking about the astrology of 2020. And there's some really big doings in 2020. So you want to get a hold of that astrology. So I started to do tarot about 10 years ago. And the reason why I started to do tarot cards was because I used to go to a lot of readers, and I used to spend a lot of money. And I decided I could do this myself, and I couldn't really. It took me years, but but it was a good try. So one of the things I love about tarot is it's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's always the interpretation of the way someone's reading the cards. But for me, I'm a psychic, so when I look at the cards, it's not always a literal interpretation. Sometimes I intuitively or psychically will get something that the cards are leading me to. So my readings might be a little bit different than someone who's just a card reader who reads the cards based on their literal interpretation, because each card has a definition. So for me, the reading is a little bit more impactful because I'm going to go into some psychic things that I see, etc. But I remember a good story for me was I used to be totally dependent on my cards to read. And now I can do a reading without cards, and spirits will come through or whatever, just talking to someone. But I used to do psychic fairs when I was first learning. I always said they were like my classroom. So one Sunday, I got all packed up to go to my psychic fair. And I got there, and I realized I forgot to pack my cards.
Ah.
And I had a panic attack. It was like, oh my God, what am I going to do for the next 6 hours? I have no cards. I'm going to totally be crazy, you know. And one of the readers came over and said, I have an extra deck. I'll give you my cards. And I just was like, no, I think there's a hidden meaning here. So always watch the signs. And when things like that happen, I always have a tendency to kind of try to read more into them because obviously it happened for a reason. And that was the first day that I just sat with a pad and pen and read people. And it was one of the most heightened, and all the readings were right on the money. And I realized the cards had been my crutch, you know. So they're a good crutch, and I still love using them, but I don't always go to cards for readings. So if anybody ever wanted to call in on the show, I could probably do a reading even if the cards weren't on that particular program. So interesting. The energy will float through no matter what we do. So I wanted to finish the cards a little bit early and talk a little bit about tarot, because tarot has been around for hundreds of years, and each one of these cards, if you look at them, has a picture. There's a lot of color in the tarot. I actually am a third generation tarot reader. My grandfather, Ernesto, actually brought over Tarocchi, which is tarot in Italian, from Italy during the turn of the century. And I don't remember him. He was passed over before I was born. But he actually used to, according to some of my cousins, read people after Sunday dinner in the dining room, and then handed that down to his daughter, who used to do the same thing once in a while, my Aunt Carmen. And my cousin, Susie, still actually has his original Tarocchi from the 1890s that she sometimes reads with. So it's pretty interesting to see how the energy can come down into the family. And it's funny because when I first started to open, my grandpapa, Ernesto, used to come to me, and I didn't even know who he was in the beginning. And so I think he was trying to tell me that I had a calling that I didn't know I had there. So it was pretty interesting. So what else can we talk about tonight, Sally?
I don't know. What do you think?
You know what? We can pull a couple of angel cards and see what the energy is for.
Ooh, we got a phone call.
If it's John again, that's not going to be good.
Welcome. You're on the air.
Hello. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. And what's your name?
Dang, that's who I am. I'm the favorite star of Ghost Radio.
This is Dennis. He calls in. He calls in a lot of the shows.
Oh, hi, Dennis. How are you? Nice to meet you tonight.
Nice to meet you too. How you been today?
I'm doing well. Do you have a question for us?
Dennis, when's your birthday?
I have a question for you. Who?
Dennis, when is your birthday?
August 20th.
Oh, you're a Leo.
And what is Dorian's birthday?
August 1st.
So he married his boyfriend of 19 years. August 1st?
No, we got married.
No. When is Dorian's,
you're
when is
both
Dorian's
Leos?
Birthday?
August 1st.
So
Yeah,
you're
okay.
both Leos.
Yep.
Do you like fight for the spotlight?
Yes.
How did I know? You're both sons. There's a lot of fire in your house. Okay.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you really spiritual?
Absolutely.
All right, I want to ask you a question. How did you know when I'm going to hit the Mega Millions? That's a question for you.
I don't read that. I got to tell you, if it was that easy, every psychic you know would be really rich. Unfortunately, only John Edwards is. So that was one of the things when we found out that my grandpapa Ernesto was psychic and it was handed down, we were like trying to contact him for the lotto numbers. It doesn't work that way. Spirit will give you what you need for your highest good, but most of the time they're not going to give you the lotto numbers. Because even if you were rich, you'd still be the same person with the same problems.
Oh, I know that. I'm just asking, because I want to come rich one day.
Yeah. Well, there's more to life. I have to say, truthfully, it's a good goal. But I think that if you talk to rich people and you talk to poor people alike, their challenges aren't that different. That's from my experience, anyway.
Nope.
I'm gonna pick an angel card for you, okay, Dennis? We're gonna pick an angel card. So it's really interesting whenever I'm in the studio because I see all the comics walking by. And they're like, they're famous or somebody's like familiar, but you don't know who they are. I don't want to say that on the air, but it happens to me. I got to study up on this. So, Dennis, your angel card is Clairsentience. Any of you guys psychic over there in your house? I feel like there's a lot of fire up there. Well, this says to notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So maybe you are going to get the lotto numbers in your dreams tonight. So I'd pay attention.
You could buy Dorian a lot of jewelry with that.
And if you win, you have to bring us a nice big present. How's that?
Oh, no. I like know what to do. I can't wait to get hit big because I'm going to own Gulf Radio. Not Tony.
Dennis, is your father passed over?
No, not nope.
Oh, okay. Who's the male energy around you? Did someone else that raised you pass over?
Yes, my uncle.
Oh, okay. Was he in the house, or was he very close to you as a child?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he's around you. What's his first name?
I don't know his first name,
Oh, okay.
but his last name is Mercy. I know that.
Oh, okay. Because for some reason, it may be the archangel, but for some reason I'm getting the name Gabriel or Gabe around you. So that could be the archangel Gabriel. I feel like, do you guys have a lot of statuary in your house or something?
No.
I feel like there's something around your house. You don't have like even outside some like things in the garden or statues on your dresser or something?
Nope.
Maybe
Yeah, I have a trophy. I have.
Oh, topiary?
Yeah, a trophy.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this person that's coming in for you that's passed over used to have something like that. But anyway, just know this energy's around you. Very fatherly, though, very protective.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. So have a good night.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dennis. Bye.
Bye, Sally. See you guys later. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
Yes,
too,
Merry
honey.
Christmas. So I'm going to be having guests on. I have Lisa Fazio, who's a spiritual artist. She's going to come on 1 week.
Good.
And I have Rick Bader also. I want to have him on. He's a sound healer. So we're going to be having guests in the studio. So that won't just be tarot cards and astrology. We'll have a lot of spiritual guests and things.
Yeah, although this is really interesting, so either way.
Yeah, I'm going to pick a final angel card for Sally.
Yay.
And I got really into angels when I first started because angels opened me spiritually, actually, because I was brought up Catholic, so angels were good. Angels were safe for me.
Yeah, you were comfortable with it.
Yeah. So, Tony, we're going to pick an angel card for Sally right now.
She is an angel.
Aww.
Oh, that is so sweet.
I just kissed ass.
She'll take care of you later.
What does that even mean, an angel card?
Like someone who's passed to come through.
Well, I'm going
Is that right?
Well, it could be. I'm going to pick a card. These are archangel cards, so we're going to see what angel Sally gets tonight and what her message is from the angels.
But I thought you said on our show there are no angels.
No, I said people don't
become angels.
People don't become angels.
So who are angels? And people are just angels?
Angels are incarnated in the energy of angels. We are incarnated as humans.
Ah, see, I misunderstood that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So.
Let's see who's Sally's angel.
Angels are messengers. They carry your messages up to God. So, Sally, this is a beautiful message you just got from your angel.
Cool.
It says, "You are safe, Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home."
Nice. I
Now,
could really
think
use that.
Those lower energies, as soon as Tony came in, they were protecting you from lower energies. I don't know about that.
I don't need protection from Tony, but I don't know about other people.
I am the lower energy.
Oh, there you go.
No, you're not.
So I want to have one of the comics on. I thought that would be really cool to do too.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, let's see. Let's feel it out because we're going to be doing a show after yours on Thursday nights, probably sometime in January, and we're going to be working with the comics, so maybe we can help you out with that.
Yeah, we can overlap. I know Felix, the chef, asked me to be on his show in January, so I'll probably be doing that. We'll work out a date. So the whole Govs Comedy Club Radio family will be visiting each other on their shows.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we do. We do a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Uh-oh. You want to take another last call?
We'll take a last call. We got a couple minutes left. This hour always goes so fast.
You are on the air. Welcome.
Hello, how are you? I'm Georgia Rose from Zenkuda.
Hello.
Hello. You have a question for us?
Yes, could you pick an angel card for me?
I certainly can. And your name is?
My name is Karen.
Okay, Karen. Let's see what the angels have to give you a message tonight. Thanks so much for calling in. Glad you've been watching.
Thank you.
So, Karen, your angel card is Archangel Sandalphon. And it says, "Victory. Mm-hmm. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith." So have you been praying for something?
I'm always praying, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're very connected. As a matter of fact, Sandalphon usually comes in when we're really trying to bring about something in a relationship or heal something. You know, if there's a conflict in relationship, family relationship, or whatever. I also see you really surrounded by a lot of violet, so your prayers are probably being answered. Something's being orchestrated, so take that with you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something in particular
you've
been working on? Do you have a question or anything for me?
It's actually more my self-help.
Okay.
my well-being. I was diagnosed with PTSD
Uh-huh.
7 years ago. I witnessed a horrific accident. A woman, she was killed by a 18-wheeler.
Oh, my goodness,
So
that's traumatic.
I've been trying to work through that healing.
It sounds like, I get the feeling you are doing a lot of work, and it sounds like you are on a path to heal. And that's half the battle, because I think once we have an awareness of the fact that we need to heal something, we're already starting to clear the karma, and the deconditioning starts. PTSD is very, very difficult, but what I'm going to say to you is really try and surround yourself with a lot of light and do something every day that's joyful. Keep getting that lighthearted feeling.
I am very spiritual myself,
Yeah.
so I think this is how it helped me get through.
Of course, yeah.
Where I am today.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't at the wrong place at the wrong time. I was, for whatever reason, I was there.
And I think sometimes those things happen to us. We are put in front of trauma, or we experience trauma because it's going to open something much deeper for us in our life and really make us a better human in the end, And that's really what this journey for you is about. You know that. So
I do know that.
Yeah. And once you have that awareness, that's why I say there are really good things coming for you. And just believe that and trust the universe and lean back in that. Yeah.
I do. Like, and as I was there, and I did witness the accident, but as I closed my eyes, I was washed over with this whitest light like never
protected.
before.
Yeah, you were protected.
I was.
Yeah. So you know that higher power exists, and now that's in you and within you, and you'll continue to spread your light. The next step for you is the breakout, and that's working maybe with some other people with PTSD to show them what you've already learned, and they can have part of your triumph. Yeah. So good luck to you. I love to hear about your journey. So, call in again when we're on.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful evening.
Thank you. Happy New Year to everyone. Merry Christmas.
Yes,
whatever
you
you
as well.
celebrate.
Yes.
Blessings, light, prayers, peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And I think that's going to wrap us up for tonight. Please tune in next Thursday, and we'll see what kind of. I'm probably going to have a guest next Thursday, but do find me on Zenkuda on Facebook, where you can see even more videos. Zenkuda Official on Instagram, and of course my Zenkuda channel on YouTube. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good night.